Hey everybody, my name's Mark. Welcome to Mile High Church, and thanks for spending a part of your weekend with us, especially if you're new. Our vision, Oneness Revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Before we get started today, we wanted to give you a look at a few things coming up for you and your family around Mile High Church. Our intention setting workshop with Josh Reeves is January 1st, with an opportunity to dive deeper after the event. Make 2025 a year of release, renewal, and resonance. And join us for Back to Basics this January, where we explore the foundational principles of science of mind and spirit. The theme is the divine idea. There's more to each day to live a full and realized life.
Well, friends, what an incredible year we've had here at Mile High Church. Your love, support, and energy are what make this community so special. Thank you for being part of our journey and for helping us grow together in faith, love, and connection. Here's to an even brighter year ahead. Together, we can continue to make a difference. Thank you, Mile High family, for being you.
For more information about anything you've heard today, check out the Event Center or connect with us online at milehighchurch.org.
Guess what? We have Barry Ebert with us today. I know. All right, y'all can sing along. Love is but a song we sing, and fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. No, the bird is on the wing. You may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. That's right. Yeah. Take it, Barry. Some may come and some may go. We will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song we sing, then you will understand. Listen. You hold the key to love and fear in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. One more time. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Right now, right now.
Ah, a blast from the past. Don't we love it? Yes, thank you to Randy, Bijou, Mike, of course, Barry, Tom, and Rob. Thank you so much. And I'm your minister today, in case you...
Jackie.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm an associate minister here at Mile High. For those of you online, if you don't know me, I've been around a while. I just became a minister about 5 years ago. But it's so good to have all of you here with us this morning because I know you've had a busy week. So thank you for taking time out of your schedules to be here with us this morning. And this morning we're going to do some extra special things. Because this is the season of Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, we're going to actually have a Hanukkah ritual here this morning. And then at our prayer time, we're also going to honor the memories of those folks who have transitioned during this year. So we have a beautiful filled morning for you this morning. And before we start, I'd like to do our vision and mission. I like the vision and mission because I pay attention to it when I say it. And please do that with me. Our vision, oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. Our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. And I want to introduce, and I think the boys particularly need no introduction, Zimri and Zayden. They were part of our candlelight service. Rama is our production director, and they are going to do this ceremony for us. Because Melissa is doing signing, she won't be participating with them, but she did at the 8 o'clock. So thank you so much.
She'll be participating, just signing instead over there, which is fantastic, interpreting for us. So it's Hanukkah. The first night of Hanukkah this year was on Christmas Day, so Chrismica. Hanukkah is the festival of lights. It's this miracle that happened about 2,000 years ago when the original temple was first destroyed. The very first time that happened in the Jewish people's lives. The temple was destroyed, and when they were able to get back to their temple and start regaining their spirituality and life again, they always had an eternal flame burning in the temple, and that would use oil, of course, 2,000 years ago. Well, when they came back to it, they found that there was one can of oil that was still remaining, and that one can of oil would burn for 1 day and 1 night. And it would require about 8 days for them to process oil a long time ago, to make more oil, to be able to continually burn that candle. So they were a little bit disappointed that they only had the one can, but they went ahead and lit it and said the prayers, and that candle, that oil, actually ended up burning for 8 days and 8 nights, and that's the miracle of Hanukkah. Mm-hmm. So every year we come back and we light the menorah as a representation of that time to remind us of that. So we're going to head and start lighting now. Zayden's going to light the first candle, which is always denoted as the tallest one. You'll see that there are more than 8 here. Well, today is the 5th day, excuse me. So this first candle is called the shamus, and it's the worker candle. This is the one that represents that original can of oil that lasted forever. So we use it to then light the remaining candles. You can go ahead now. And we do that traditionally from right to left. So we're doing it on your side this time, as Hebrew is written and read from right to left to honor that. And metaphysically, I like to consider this a time of remembering the eternal flame that is us. And it reminds us for 8 days and nights to rekindle our own flame and to continue to spread it as we shine our own light. So we'll complete lighting the candles here. Traditionally, this is done at sunset. And then we'll bless the candles, and you can join along if you'd like to. And then we take the light and we just bring it within our beingness. And then we'll sing our prayer. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitchanu bar mitzvoso vitzivanu lahalik ner sher Chanukah. Amen. And that is Hanukkah. Thank you.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
Lee Carlson and myself represent Mile High's Prayer Care Center, and we're here to care for you. We give thanks for all the families that we've been able, all the ministers been able to serve this year. And we want to honor the transition of the families that have left us, the individuals. And so I want to just quote Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our church. He said, "We believe in the continuum of the individual soul, always evolving." So they have made a transition into a greater life. They are all living souls.
Those who gave beauty to our lives live forever in our hearts.
So I just invite us into prayer right now. Just recognizing above, below, and all around about, there's nowhere where that living spirit, that eternal God is not. The very breath that is breathing us is the very light, the light of love itself that is filling this room. And so I behold that each individual present here in this beautiful, beautiful dome of consciousness, those viewing online, that we all are connected, eternally connected. So we behold this living truth. And so what I declare is, with the closing of a chapter known as 2024, moving into 2025, another day, a day to live fully the light of the divine. So I give thanks, and I know that this light is healing, and right where you are, that healing presence is with you. It is activated, it is moving, and all is good and all is well. And we bless, sincerely bless, all beings everywhere. I give thanks for Grandmother Earth. I give thanks for all walks of faith. And I give thanks for every individual, whether they're tiny or they have aged with wisdom. I give thanks. So let us now move into this time together today with open hearts, open minds, and allowing the light, the oil that keeps us moving and burning, and that flickering of the light be there forever and forever. And so it is. Amen.
Has come. Love has come. Love has come. has come. Love has come. Love has come. Oh, into this place. Has come, peace has come, peace has come into this place, into this place.
Our first reading to support our theme of curiosity today comes from Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventure in Wonderland. "Curiouser and curiouser," cried Alice. She was so much surprised that for the moment she quite forgot how to speak good English. "Now I'm opening out like the largest telescope that ever was. Goodbye, feet." For when she looked down at her feet, they seemed to be almost out of sight. They were getting so far off. "Oh, my poor little feet, I wonder who will put on your shoes and stockings for you now, dears. I'm sure I shan't be able. I shall be a great deal too far off to trouble myself about you. You must manage the best way you can, but I must be kind to them," thought Alice, "or perhaps they won't walk the way I want to go. Let me see, I'll give them a new pair of boots every Christmas." And from Albert Einstein, "The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existence. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery each day. Never lose a holy curiosity."
When I was a boy, each week, Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. Now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, finding where there isn't one. holy water was rare at best, I barely wet my fingertips. Now I gotta hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything's holy now. Child's face, say it's not a testament, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament, tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird, shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down, but I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you to our band, Tom, our leader of the pack, Rob, Randy, Bijou, Mike, and of course having Barry with us. What a great reminder. Because everything is holy now, isn't it? We don't have to come to church, sorry about that, to find the holy, because the holy is wherever we are. Thank you for that. So before I get into this talk this morning, I want to thank all of you for the Giving Tree. It was a huge success this year. We served almost 900 young people from 12 different organizations, and including those of you online, thank you, we received more than $11,000. So I want to let you know that some of that money was used to help fulfill gifts and all of the things that were necessary for the Giving Tree. But any monies that are left will be used to support the Title I schools in our community through the rest of this school year, and they have lots of needs. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And now we're going to talk about curiosity, and you may kind of say to yourself, why are we talking about curiosity before a new year? Well, because I believe we need to. This year has seen in our world wars, rumors of wars, terrible weather crises, and then add on top of that, we had an interesting political season. And what happened because of that political season is many people walked away, and now they've found a foe instead of pulling ourselves together. And curiosity can help us with that. And that's what I hope this talk will help you with. And I always like to use this disclaimer. For those of you that have had any kind of severe trauma in your life, I see you and I know that some of the things I'm going to share aren't easy for you. And that's okay. If you can take one nugget away, then it may help you move through all of your own issues. So we know, I believe that curiosity and wonder can soften all of us if we learn how to use it. In our readings for the month of December, the author from the guides actually talked one day about curiosity being our superpower. Have you ever thought about that? That as human beings, curiosity can be our superpower. So we're going to spend some time this morning thinking about that. And Josh shared I love the curiouser and curiouser quote, but Josh shared that quote from Albert Einstein, but there's a very short quote that Dr. Einstein said that I think speaks very much to his belief. He said that he wasn't talented. He said, I am just passionately curious. Now, the rest of us would probably say, wow, I think he was pretty talented. But I love that he reflected back to say it wasn't anything special about him. He just knew how to use his curiosity. Carl Sagan, who is another scientist, he was an astronomer and a planetary scientist, had a quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it because I'm going to split it in half. And the first thing he said was that kindergartners are really science enthusiasts. They are curious. Any of you that have children know that. They ask the questions like, why is the moon round? Why is the grass green? What's the birthday of the earth? Just to name a few. Now, what I want to share with you is that triggered something in me as I saw that quote and knew I was going to use it because it's so true. I thought about my own experience as a kindergartner. Now, you might say, how did you remember that? It was such a significant part of my life that it has stayed with me all this time. I went to the Little Red Schoolhouse at 5 or 6 years old, and in that little preschool program that they had, I had marvelous teachers. Those teachers would teach us things like Tchaikovsky's Peter and the Wolf. Now, you're 5 years old. But they would send us out into the side yard because this was a very large piece of property they had to reenact what we thought that whole song of Peter and the Wolf was about. Then they taught us about Three Kings Day, which we now know as Epiphany. And they taught us about cultural things like the maypole dance. And here's a picture I found of me as a kindergartner and the maypole dance. And what's so profound to me about it, and it's the reason it has stayed with me, is they really sparked my curiosity. They wanted me and everyone in my class to continue to ask the questions. Why? Why is that person different? Why? Why is it so hot outside? They didn't want us to stop being curious. So I love that. And the rest of Sagan's quote says, then we hit 12th grade. And we become incurious. And he even said leaden. And that was in the 1970s. So what about now? And what I love about thinking about that is that isn't true for everyone. We all know someone that was definitely not true of. Ernest Holmes. When he was a young teenager, he actually was known as the eternal question mark because he questioned everything. And he has a quote that says, "From the beginning, I was a nonconformist. Asking so many questions, I drove my relatives crazy." So it doesn't have to stop. It's in you, it's in us. It's that superpower that is within us. It's not external to us, it is within us. But what happens to most of us when our curiosity diminishes? I do believe it's outside influences. Some of them are natural causes. One for me was sticking a pencil in an electrical outlet and getting a shock. I was curious, but that was the last time I was curious about that particular action. And all of us have those experiences. We get stung by bees, we get bitten, we fall out of a tree and break our arm, and then we have parents who caution us when we're curious. They don't want us to get hurt. They really don't want us to fall out of the tree, but caution. And what can happen is we can become so cautious that we lose our ability or our interest in being curious. So let me ask a question of you. How often do you get defensive instead of curious? Ever? I hear a few laughs. I do. Many of us do. We're not interested in being curious. We're interested in winning. Or we're not interested in the truth. We're interested in maintaining our belief system. And we're going to talk this morning somewhat about how we can work towards changing that in ourselves. As I was putting this talk together, I found a book called Seek, and it's How Curiosity Can Transform Your Life and Change the World by Scott Shigeoka, who is part of the Greater Good organization in Berkeley. You remember someone else who came from there, and that was Awe. And his whole emphasis is curiosity. And he took a whole year off in his life to travel across the country to practice curiosity. He is part of the LGBTQ plus community. And one of the things that he did was he would go to some of the political rallies for the person that he was not supporting, just to talk to the people, to understand why they believed what they believed. He didn't go there to change their mind. He went there to have a conversation, to practice his curiosity. Then he came back and he wrote this book. So he obviously learned a lot. So I want to share with you, before I get into the points of my talk, his feelings or his understanding of curiosity. He said curiosity is like you have doors in front of you. And the first thing is incuriosity, I-N, curiosity, the lack of curiosity. That's when you act as though the door isn't even there. You have no interest in being curious. The next one is shallow curiosity, and most of us have practiced shallow curiosity. You know, you go to a party where you don't know a lot of the people in the room, and you say, "Hi, I'm Jackie. What's your name? What do you do for a living? Where do you live?" That's shallow. There's nothing wrong with it, but what happens is it's like going to the door, looking through the peephole, but not getting invested in the group. That's shallow. And he mentions another one that's, to me, disturbing, but I have seen this happen, and it's part of shallow curiosity, and he calls it predatory curiosity. Predatory curiosity is when you think or say to yourself, I want to change you. So you go to the door, you turn the knob, you walk in, but you have ulterior motives for what you're going to do once you get into that room. And then you have deep curiosity. When you have deep curiosity, you walk to the door, you turn the knob, you walk in, and you know it's not going to be comfortable, but you're okay because you know that you're going to come away from walking through that door with something much bigger than you had when you walked in to the door. So we're going to talk about how we can get to deep curiosity, but first I want to talk to you about some points that I think are important for how we can be more curious. The first one is see no stranger. That comes from the work of Valerie Kaur, and actually that is a primary part of the Sikh faith, is they see no stranger. That's the whole point of the langar, is everyone sits down. There is no class. Everyone sits down and has a meal. See no stranger. Valerie Kaur's first work that she wrote was in 2021, and I was introduced to her when we were all locked away, if you remember, during the pandemic. She put on several webinars, and I participated in 2 of them, and she's a young woman who her life experience and her Sikh religion have so influenced how she responds to life. She started the Revolutionary Love Project because what she realized is after 9/11 and seeing so many of the Sikh men being killed for being different, she took it upon herself to say, we've got to change. So she took that see no stranger, and she really has profoundly changed many lives with what she has taught. She's come out with a second book that just came out in 2024, which talks about the ancestors of the Sikh, and it's called Sage Warrior. It's a great book, but I want to share a quote with you from that book. We are born seeing no stranger. The moment we land in someone's arms, we don't care about the color of their skin, the language they speak, the status they hold, or even their gender. The only thing that matters is whether the body loves us back. Am I warm? Am I fed? Am I held? We are born thirsting for love. Ernest Holmes also speaks to this in a slightly different way when he says, when the natural joy of life is unblocked, it will flow freely through us, and we shall become whole and happy. But doubt, fear, uncertainty, anxiety, and a sense of insecurity can so congest our mental life that nothing good can get through. Listening to wisdom from within us should be part of our self-care practice. Valerie talks about the wise woman that speaks to her. Could be the wise man, the wise other, whatever it might be, but it's always speaking to us. You know, our culture's filled with a lot of noise, would you agree? And so this practice of becoming curious can slow down the noise and the anxiety that we feel. There is another piece of the Sikh tradition that I love, and I would call it an affirmation that they have, and it says, when they see someone different or someone they don't know, You are a part of me I do not yet know. You are a part of me I do not yet know. Wouldn't that change the world? Don't believe that because you're one person, you can't make a change. What you do in your life impacts the people around you. Those people then go out, and it's a ripple effect. We are naive to believe we have no power. And curiosity really should become our superpower. The second point I want to make is on oneness. That is the first principle of science of mind, oneness. Do you believe in oneness? Do you understand oneness? That is also a principle of the Sikh tradition, is oneness. And you can see how all of that is tied together. Seeing no stranger. You are a part of me I don't yet know. And now we talk about oneness. I'm teaching the Advanced Consciousness Studies class, which used to be called Prac 1. We changed the name in part because we wanted to make it more accessible to people who maybe didn't want to go into practitioner training but wanted to increase their consciousness. And in the first term of that class, something came up about perspective taking, which is another way of saying curiosity. It refers to the active contemplation of others' psychological experiences. That is, thinking and imagining the feelings and viewpoints of others, helping they to become me. We teach this in Science of Mind. I want to tell you, if you have not taken a class, in January we start our classes up again. I really encourage you, if you haven't taken a class, to get into Beyond Limits. That's the starting, and it will change your life. I had someone at the 8 o'clock say to me, as we were talking about curiosity, guess why they came to Mile High Church? They were curious. All of us walk through life curious. Let's take advantage of it. And as I said, please get into a class. You will not be sorry. Ernest Holmes said, identify yourself with that one in everyone you meet. Know that everyone you meet is just a little different expression of that one. And meet them as that one, and you will meet yourself in that one. That is oneness. This oneness can really also heal hatred. You know, I said we can make a difference. In 2012, you may remember the Oak Creek Gurdwara, that a white supremacist went in, shot and killed 6 members of that community. And one of the people that was killed was the father of Pardeep Kalika. And he was really concerned because he wanted to understand how. And we sit there every time we hear this happen. How could someone do this? So he reached out to Arno Mikolas, who is the person that actually had started this white supremacist group in Wisconsin, but since had left them because in his own heart he knew that wasn't right. But at this point, Pardeep is not sure that that's happened, but they get together, they go to have a meal at a Thai restaurant together to get to know each other. And then they have become, over the years, great friends. And they've started a program that is called Serve to Unite. And the intention of that is to work with students who, in schools, and I'm just laughing, you know, one thing you love about schools and other community organizations, to try to get rid of this whole notion of othering, of the darkness that comes, but to try to give them some kind of basis for being able to have a better life and to take that better life out into the world. Pardeep says, I think that's the way that we need to go together as we move forward in America. We all need to help each other work our way out of this pain. That's going to take genuine relationships. And the last is to practice deepening your curiosity. So we've talked about see no stranger. We've talked about oneness. And now I want to give you some thoughts for how you can practice to get that deepening curiosity. Get away from the superficial. First, apply a beginner's mind. Open yourself up. Look for new and novel ways of doing things. See no stranger. Then ask questions and observe. Seek first to understand, not to explain. Again, is the truth more important to you or your own beliefs? Listen longer. Have you noticed that if you listen longer, you hear more? Rather than when someone speaks and you jump right in there to give them the counterpoint. Listen longer. Interrupt your own biases and othering when you listen longer. When you're practicing curiosity, you're turning toward another rather than away from. Then here, I think, is an easy one. Try something new. Take a different route to work. See what it does? It shifts your brain. Try reading a different genre of book. If you've always read fiction, try reading nonfiction. Try reading autobiographies. Go to an art gallery or a museum that has some kind of presentation that you say, what is that about? Go and see it. It can change your own mind. Because what it will do is start opening your mind to new points of view, and that's what curiosity is intended to do. Open your mind to new ways of seeing. And then be inquisitive. Be bold enough to ask other people's opinions and then listen to their opinions. Understand that every person in this room does things a little bit differently, and that's okay. That's what makes us a beautiful body for God to be able to enjoy, for that power that's greater than all of us to be able to say, I am thrilled with what I'm seeing from these humans. Don't get stuck with other people's biases. Ernest Holmes says this, practically the whole human race is hypnotized because it thinks what somebody else told it to think. Is that not interesting? Because it does appear that that's how we function in the world. You know, by choosing curiosity in every moment, even those routine moments, you can make a difference. It can be different in this world. One person at a time can change this world, and you're the person that it needs to start with. Curiosity is about seeking what unites us, not what tears us apart. So what I'm going to suggest is for all of us in 2025, we put on our cloaks of curiosity, because that is our superpower. Think of yourself putting on your cloak of curiosity and then stepping out the door and using that superpower. Remember to see no stranger. Remember to embrace oneness. And practice, practice, practice deepening your curiosity. And never lose your holy curiosity. And so it is. And now as we go into prayer, I ask our practitioners to stand, holding consciousness for all of us. We know in this space right now, God is all there is, that God is the infinite, the all-seeing, the all-knowing, the powerful. And all of that is available to each one of us in this room right now. And as we become curious about that power that is greater than any one of us, we move forward in life. Happy because of our curiosity as well as our love that is shining through this curiosity. I am so thankful for each person who is here, each person who is online, knowing that as we step into 2025, we try new things. We experience that curiosity because we know that is what will change us, and that is what will change our world. As we step into times that are difficult or times that we don't know what to expect, curiosity. We don't have to know the answer. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for always being a part of us and showing up, helping us to show up in this world. So I can release this prayer right now into that law that says yes to what we believe. So I can let this prayer go, let it be, and so it is. Amen.
This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-down. But I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now.
Thank you. Everything is holy now. And here we are in Mile High Church, and now we're at a time when you get to show how much you love us. And so I'm doing is inviting our ushers to step up, and I want to thank our ushers. I want to thank all of our volunteers who do so much for us, who keep us moving and along in so many different ways. Thank you. I appreciate you all and love you all, and I love you all too. So now I want to remind you that up on the screens there are lots of different ways you can give to Mile High Church. And so you can give the way you do. You can use the basket. I like to mention that out at our 2 guest services counters, if you're one of those people that likes to use technology, we have a Venmo code, and we also have a QR code you can use to give. Those of you online, please take advantage of our online using our website, or you know what? You can even mail us a check. We'll take that too. We love you all, and we know that everything that you give is going to circulate back to you. So right now, let's say our affirmation. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And before you turn off this, I want you to see who one of the backup singers are.
You're wonderful.
This is for Michelle. Here we go. The person that you were has died. You've lost your sparkle in your eye. You fell for life into its traps, and now you want to bridge the gaps. Now you want to bridge the gaps. Now you want that person back. And all your ammunition's gone, run out of fuel to carry on. You don't know what you want to do, 'cause what you want does not want you. If what you want does not want you, and you've got no pull to pull you through, say I am. Say I am. Say I am wonderful. Say I am. Say I am. Say I am wonderful. If what you've lost cannot be found, and the weight of the world weighs you down, no longer with the will to try, you stop to let it pass you by. Don't stop to let it pass you by. You've got to look yourself in the eye and say I am. Say I am. Say I am wonderful. You're wonderful. Yeah. Say I am. Say I am. Say I am wonderful. 'Cause we are all miracles, wrapped up in chemicals. We are incredible, yeah. Don't take it for granted, no. We are all miracles, yeah. Ooh, we are. Say I am. Say I am. Say I am wonderful. Yes, you are. Say I am. Say I am. Wonderful.
Yeah. Well, what I say to each one of you, band, that you are wonderful. Incredible, and thank you, Tom and Barry and Michelle. You're awesome. Awesome.
Wonderful.
What about this lady here? And if you're here for the first time, that took a lot of curiosity. And if you are here for the first time, we welcome you to Mile High Church. And I will be at the Welcome Center, which is in the center of our lobby. And there we have these wonderful bags filled with goodies and also a special goodie, 2 special goodies. A discount for classes and also a discount for our bookstore. So that's wonderful. And yeah, isn't that good? And our practitioners are down front, so if prayer is calling to you, please make yourself available.
And next, we have the World Day of Peace Meditation, which will be on the 31st. It's an online event, so please go to our website, get the Zoom link, and participate in that. This is a worldwide peace event.
And I know August 2026 may seem like a long time away, but we are going as a group on a cruise then. It is for the eclipse, the total eclipse of the sun, and we will be on Cunard on the Queen Mary in Iceland during the total eclipse of the sun as a group. Now, cruise ships are doing this all over the world, and they're selling out, and that includes our cruise ship. So even though it seems like a long way, if you have an intention of being there, we want to get you a deposit and have you join us. So I'll be over at this end of the lobby to talk to anybody who's interested.
After the partying is over on New Year's Eve, I'll be right here at 10 a.m. for an intention-setting workshop. It's all about release, resonance, and renewal, and so we'll be here for an hour, hour and a half or so. It's a love donation. You can watch online as well.
All right. So, anything else? Just kidding. So, stand up, please. Grab your neighbor's hand. Be curious. Right now, I say 2025 is a time that change is coming, and we're going to be a part of that change. Thank you, God. Step into that 2025 year with curiosity and lots of love, and the greatest gifts are going to come back to you. Thank you, and so it is.